Right, these, believe it or not, are supposed to be genuine air filters for that lawnmower, 4651. Supposed to be, but the fact that they don't come in, well, sometimes, you know, things don't come in, but I would have thought if they were genuine air filters, they would have come in some sort of branded packing, but, you know, maybe not. They seem to be, they look to be the right size just by looking at them. What do you reckon? I reckon they are. But I'm going to leave it now. At least I've got two spares. I've got the one in it that I cut that, the one in it I cut out of a universal air filter block. I cut that out of there, so that's what we got in there. I've still got this little Echo strimmer. My original plan was to try and see if I can get a piston and ring, because the compression is, there's next to no compression in it whatsoever. So I had to look around on the internet, managed to source some pistons and rings, mainly in America. You can't really seem to get them in England. Managed to source them in America. And then I found just the ring on its own comes from Greece, and it takes a lot less time to come from Greece, obviously, than it would America, because Greece is only just down the road. So I ordered the ring. I'm not going to get a piston, I'm just going to get a ring, and we're putting a ring on it. But I might take this apart, because this sounds a bit loud in here, so I might take all this apart and have a look at the clutch, and maybe while I'm in there give everything a bit of a clean out. But I might see if I can get that ring, what is on it. Maybe it's stuck, because sometimes what happens is if they sit for a long time, they get a little bit stuck. Then you lose compression. If you free them up, you'll be alright. One thing I noticed as well is this clutch. Usually small streamers such as these are always direct drive, but it's not. It's got a little clutch, so it's that's quite a nice one actually.
Baby, you're the one for me. Baby, you were meant for me. I'm madly in love with you. Baby, you're the one for me. Baby, you were. I'm madly in love with you. Baby, one for me. Baby, you are meant for me. I'm madly in love with you. Baby, one for me. Meant for me. I'm madly in love with you. Never, never let you go.
I've just finally done the brakes, both sides. The trouble with the one on the other one was it was seized. So, just finally done all that. Been giving this SGS impact gun another go, but it couldn't undo the bolts, and when it done them up again, they were just loose. I don't know what to think about it. I think it's very good, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see, and we might better get a little bit more air pressure through it, and we'll see what it's like. So I've finally done the brakes. Both sides on the back. No more rubbing. Got a little bit of rust going on there though. That's peeling away. It's not very good. Got a bit underneath as well. A little bit there. So the trouble is though, and I've got to do these wheels. These have got to be done. These were like that when I bought it in 2011. So these have got to be done. That is important though. That really needs to be addressed. And there's some more. Where is it? Oh, there's a little bit more there. Look. Trouble is, you know, it's all down to money, isn't it? So we'll have to see how that goes. But it runs alright, battery's a bit flat. But we're alright. I started it up earlier on to move it because I've done one side and then I wanted to move it, so hopefully we'll have enough power now to give it another start. Yeah. Aircon's working. There is a small oil leak on the engine now on the bottom. On the return pipe comes from the turbo. So that clock's well wrong, man. It's not 8:22. Don't know what time it is, but it's certainly 8:22. It's about there somewhere. We'll do it at 3:30 for now. So we've got it running. We've done the brakes. Pretty much all I've got to do now is get it running right. I'm glad the aircon's still working after all this time, because what happens is if you leave aircon, if you leave it for any time or you just don't use it throughout the winter or whatever, the seals on the lines and on the pump and all that perish a little bit and you leak all the gas out. And then from then on always you'll have a bit of a leak and it'll never be the same. But this is stone cold, so this is brilliant. This is absolutely fantastic. Stone cold coming out of there. Couldn't get better than that. That's marvellous. We'll have icicles coming out there soon if we're not careful. So we're running well now. It's ticking over all right as well, actually. Staying on a solid sort of 800 or so. We have got all the things on now. I've turned the lights on. If we turn the lights off, if we was to turn the aircon off as well, we'd probably hear a bit of a difference. There we go. Starts to go a little bit. That's when those cams, because it's not loaded up, you'll hear that fan go off in a minute. Because it's loaded up at the moment, we've got electrics on, we've got fan on and everything. There you go, fan's gone off. Now we should start to hear it go a little bit wobbly where those cams start wobbling about. There you go. But there we go, see, we're going a bit wobbly now because those cams in there, see. But when you put a bit of a load on it, it always smooths it out, and it always will do. That's the way it works. There we go. Who can see what the problem was on this side? Exactly the same as what happened on the other side. One pad with nothing on it, and the other pad with about half or more on. So that would be what that noise was. Just look at what I found earlier. What the bloody hell this is, I have no idea. It's very peculiar, look at it. At first I thought it was a rock, then I turned it around and I thought, oh, it's a load of like animal crap. But then I looked at it a bit harder and it's hard. But look at it. So, at some point, well, it looks like something that's been melted. Look, you've got little air bubbles in it. Little air bubbles around there. Air bubbles all over it. Then it looks like it's been melted. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like it's all been melted. Looks like melted metal, but it ain't metal. It's some kind of rock. It's quite heavy as well, but it's got air bubbles in it. It's very weird, isn't it? Look at the pattern. on that. I might try and get as close as possible while keeping the focus. Look at the pattern on it. Yeah, look. Huh. So if anyone has any idea what this could be, let me know, because I find it fascinating. It's probably something very easy, very simple, you know. It could be a moon rock, could be a bit of meteor. You never know, do you? But I dare say it's not. I dare say it's some kind of material that's been melted in the past and now looks like this. But it ain't metal, I tell you that much. It is not metal. It's not ceramic or anything like that. It's, well, I don't know, it may be, but it seems just like stone to me.
Check out on 1X 7 till 9, Monday to Thursday. Right now there's Saturday. I know lots is going on all around the UK. And sounds you might just new to the show. This is the point where 1X kind of we got this. We're gonna go in on both networks, and if you're a 1X listener, you know whether it comes to grime, hip hop.
Well, I don't know why that ain't working then. It's obviously leaking around there, isn't it? How much amps that's taken, man? Look at that. Look at all them amps. About 25 amps coming out of there now. A bit of fire. Oh, that's a bit hot. Well, at least it works. It works with a bit of air going through it, but it don't work with the little pump there. It's obviously leaking. You can see where it's leaking. It's leaking around here. Oh, bloody hot. It's leaking around here. So if I put a bit of seal around there, seal that up, maybe make a gasket or something. I don't know. It's not meant to have a gasket on it. If I can seal that up around there, that'll work. You saw that working with a bit of air going through it. Oh, hey! I've been trying to sort out a lot of what I've got here. This is like all the little plant, what do we call it, plant care or whatever, from my house plants. I've got several different types of, you know, bug killer, bug spray. What we got here? We've got 2 more bottles here. We've got Oh, this is yeah, is this the organic one? One of them was organic. I think this is the organic one. This is a bit of weed killer because I was doing around the driveway. It was alright. It was supposed to be fast acting, but I wouldn't call it particularly fast acting. It took about a week to actually do anything to any of the weeds around the driveway there. But I got some bug spray because I was having a bit of trouble, particularly on the fly traps. But I was also having it, they spread, I don't know where they came from first. But I was having quite a bit of trouble on the fly traps and also on the fruit trees, even spread to the ferns. I was having a bit of trouble with green fly and white fly as well, and loads of other random bugs flying around. You can see there now the orange trees actually starting to sprout up pretty well. We've got little oranges starting to sprout up on top on there. That's alright, it's coming up well. The fern is starting to go a little bit yellow again, so I'm going to have to try and take care of that at some point. I think it's because it wasn't getting enough sun. I took it out the sun because it was getting a bit too much, and then I put it back there because I think it was not getting enough. The bonsai is coming along well. That had a bit of bug trouble, so I sprayed that with the bug killer. Got rid of them bugs. This random little cacti here is going well. Starting to sprout a little thing on top there. Starting to sprout up a little thing there, which is quite nice. Got a few cobwebs on it, but there you go. However, the old fly traps aren't looking too healthy. I mean, this one's the healthiest of them, of the two. This one's starting to sprout a few little sproutlings poking up there. Looks like there's another one trying to come up from in there as well. But this one's not very well at all. Now, I know it looks dry, it's because I haven't watered it because I think it's completely dead. But what it done is it sprung up a nice stem, put a little flower on the end of it, and then all of a sudden it went black and just started to do that. And I thought, oh, well, this one's not really sprouting any leaves out, so I gave it a water, a really good water. I mean, I filled it right up, more than this one is. And I thought, oh well, it looks like it's dying anyway. I think what I done, I think I killed it more because I put cactus feed in it. Now, what it done was it went poof, went bright green. Those leaves there were perfect. The little mouth on the end there was wonderful and everything. And then all of a sudden, one morning, it was black, like it is there. And that was the end of that. No, I think that's well and truly dead. If it's not, you know, help me out, you lot. But I think this one's the better of the two. It actually looks like it's doing something. You've got two little fairly mature ones there, and you've got a few little trying to sprout out from the top there, next to the old bonsai. So I've just been trying to sort out the stuff. I've got me cacti compost there. That's the one that I use for repotting all the cactuses. They're all coming along quite well, starting to sprout as well. A couple of them flowered, and got some multi-purpose compost there for all the other things. Now, this is what the fly traps are in. The fly traps are in this multi-purpose compost. Now, I wonder if that's maybe the problem. Well, they're not liking it because I repotted them. They were growing really well in the compost that they were in, and then I moved them, repotted them into bigger pots, and kept them in the soil that they were in. But around the soil that they were in, I put this multi-purpose. So I wonder if that's the problem, why they're not particularly healthy or not. So we'll have to, I may have to repot them. I wonder if I repotted them into that might help them. What do you reckon? I mean, I really don't know. But it may be the bug killer. Maybe the bug killer, you know, that was a bit of a, maybe that didn't help them very much. Or maybe it was the fact that I fed the one that's completely dead, I fed it with this plant food, cactus plant food. Maybe that didn't help because it's obviously not meant for fly traps, it's meant for cactuses. So, I don't know, but some kind of, what's this one? Well, that's just houseplant food, citrus product. So, I'm just trying to gather everything up together because I had it kind of scattered about, trying to gather it all up, put that there. Trying to organise things a little bit better. Everything's a bit of a mess. So then, since it's a bit of a losing battle trying to keep my home indoors in good condition, because I'm quite house proud. Everything that I have, everything that I do, I'm very proud of, and I like to do it. Well, I'm just house proud. I just love my home. I love being at home. I love everything. Very house proud, home proud, whatever. And trying to keep that in good condition is very difficult. You do things, you tidy things up, you fix things, you go to work, you come home, everything's in a mess, food everywhere, things broken, not being told about, stains on things, etc. So obviously my family don't want to live in a nice home. They want to live in a pigsty. They don't care. Simple as that. She just doesn't care. So I'm moving my attention outside. So this summer I'm going to be keeping the garden in good condition. I'm going to have an immaculate garden. Started doing the lawn properly, doing the grass properly. Going to make sure I clean up everything in here, because at the moment everything's a little bit of a mess. You probably noticed in the last couple of videos I'm trying to tidy things up a little bit. I've got that old gas bottle there. I've got 2 of those. Hopefully someone will take those. Just going to have a general tidy up, clean up. Got rid of all them bits of wood that are along the side there, little bits of wood along here. Got rid of most of those. Those 2 I'm going to keep to make a shelf. I'm going to make a nice bit of shelf to put in the other shed. Going to sort out all these toolboxes. I'm going to turn my attention to this, because before my main attention would be indoors, but now it's going to be out here. I'm going to do the good grass as well. Make sure I'm going to have a really nice. I'm slowly doing it. Usually I would just mow it and water it, put a little bit of fertiliser on here and there, and just leave it as it is. You'd have patches everywhere. But now I'm going to be doing it properly. Because, they can be indoors and they can live in there, and they can live in the shit and break everything. I'm not going to fix anything anymore. I'm not going to clean anything anymore. Everything's going to be a state, because I've given up with that. So I'm going to be outside a lot more, and it's just going to be a really nice time outside, and the summer's going to be good outside. So I've already overseeded that grass. I've overseeded it. I've fertilised it. Now what I thought I'd do, because usually what I would do is I would rake out the moss. Just pull out some of the moss and leave it as it is. But then I was looking around and I noticed that this evergreen complete 4-in-1, it's not necessarily, I don't really care about the greener or thickener part of it. What drawn me to it was it kills the weeds and the moss. And some parts of my garden are quite mossy. And I thought, well, I'd give it a go. I'll just do the whole lawn in it and see if it actually works. A lot of people say that it does work very well, so I thought I'd give it a go. I haven't put any down yet. I will be putting some down, and it says up to a week. I think it says on the back here somewhere up to a week. Can't remember where I read that. Did read somewhere on there. If you're interested, you can pause and you can read that. But I think it says up. Oh, there we go. When will I see results? 1 week. After only 1 week, your lawn will become a richer colour. The moss will blacken as it dies. Any blackening of the grass is only temporary. After 2 weeks, rake. Oh, going out of focus. What's going on? It don't like that, does it? Eh? This old camera. What's going on here? After 2 weeks. Oh, I'm going enough of this. After 2 weeks, rake vigorously to remove any dead moss. The grass will then re-establish some... Oh, come on. What's going on with this? Hello? Some weeds may grow quickly at first and then become twisted prior to dying. Expect to see full weed control results after 3 to 5 weeks. So 1 week you'll see some results, 3 to 5 you'll see good. So we'll have a look. I may do an actual little series on. I was thinking about doing a small lawn care series, but the trouble is, I don't really know exactly. I don't know everything. All I've done is I spent about 1.5 years on a golf course. I just cut the grass on a golf course, so I've done a bit of fertilising, done a bit of seeding, mainly just was on the mowers cutting it. As you lot will know, if you're regular subscribers, you'll know, because you would have seen my videos of cutting all this grass on this golf course. So I did learn a bit. I learned enough to keep a little garden like mine looking fairly good. You know, you want to make sure you mow it high, make sure you mow the grass high, because you want to allow a lot of leaf, you know, for photosynthesis and all that. And the taller the leaf, the more roots it's going to have, and the thicker it will be. The more you cut it, you want to cut it 2 or 3 times a week or more. Cut it nice and high, don't cut it low. Things like that. Make sure you keep it hydrated and everything. On hot days, give it a water and all this rubbish. There's loads of stuff that you need to do to keep your lawn nice. But I don't think I know enough in order to do an actual video or even a series on it and tell people the real things. If my lawn starts to turn out really nice, I might do a little video on it and tell everyone how I did it. But you know, you learn a lot when you're working around sort of things over a year and a half. But I don't think I know enough to tell advice anyway. But you never know. We'll see how it goes. It's looking pretty green at the moment, and I haven't even put any fertiliser down. I've just been watering it every day.
I'm in love with you.